Ziglar was known to talk about the power of an optimistic view of life. Yeah, you're going to get kicked squarely in the shorts and fall down a lot, and things aren't going to work, and it's going to be a miserable end of the day. The question is, do you have the power to wake in the next day and decide, I'm still going to believe that it's going to be better today? In fact, he talked about what an optimist is. He said an optimist is someone who goes after Moby Dick, goes after the whale in a rowboat, and takes the tartar sauce with him. That's the key. No matter how difficult it's been, always take the tartar sauce and go after the big fish. It is a privilege to bring to the stage your next GoPro mentor. I've had the opportunity over the last few years, because he has been a part of GoPro for a long time. He and Eric go way, way back. And the thing that I've always loved about Brian is he teaches with precision, because he has operated that way his entire career. If you look at his background, he's really a success-to-success story. Where did he do the work? Because you always got to do the work. You don't get the result unless you do the work. He was fortunate that he grew up in the presence of extremely wealthy and successful entrepreneurs. It's what he knew from a very small age. See, his father was actually a very successful businessman, and back in the 70s owned one of the largest real estate companies on the East Coast. And obviously, his elbow-to-elbow friends were people who had that same level of success. And Brian grew up around people and influenced by people who had that kind of mentality. So he came right out of college, went in the family business, and tore it up. Very rapidly was earning a significant six-figure income. But in real estate, you're only as good as your last deal, your last transaction. Somebody introduced him to network marketing at 24, and he really kind of got it started slowly, because he was still seeing how little it was here, but how much I could do with the transaction, until it got into his blood, and he began to realize, hang on a second, there must be something to this residual or leverage nature. And at 28, to the dismay of his family, he walked away from the traditional business world and went flat out full time. In his 17-year career, he's now at over $17 million in earnings, and has personally enrolled over 1,400 people in 17 years in his company. For the first 10 years, he averaged enrolling 10 people per month for 10 straight years. If you want to know what it takes to be able to put people in a business, nobody better to learn from. He's now got over 400,000 people on his team. He's also authored 2 extraordinary books, Building an Empire and Money Mindset, and he just in May released an outline of top recruiting secrets and how you can apply that, and his training today is based on excerpts from that. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready to take notes. It's going to be well worth it. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Brian Carruthers.
Girl, what you doing tonight? I want to see what you got in store. Hey, baby, giving it your all when you're dancing on me. I want to see if you can give me some more. Hey, baby, you can be my girl, I can be your man, and we can pump this.
I love you too. So, we're going to talk to you guys today about how to explode your recruiting. Are you guys ready to be a top recruiter in your company? We're about to smash down some barriers and empower you with word-for-word guidance, how to massively increase your recruiting results. Imagine you as a top recruiter in your company this year, on stage receiving an award in front of thousands of your peers. And your new peers will be the top earners that you've always admired. Let me share with you my short story. Like Curtis said, I came from a background in real estate. I worked hard. By the time I was 25, I was earning a six-figure income. So I had some success outside of network marketing. I get into network marketing, and I went through the same trials and tribulations that everybody has to go through. There is no shortcut. There is no somebody gets a special pixie dust and you don't have to go through that. And because of this business, I'm now blessed to be married to my beautiful wife, Melissa. We've got a baby coming in April. I love you. And my son, Talon, who's 10 years old at home, has no idea what it would be like to have a parent working outside of the house. The juice is worth the squeeze. If you're willing to put in the effort, the reward will be worth it. Now, let me share something with you. I know what it's like to be insanely busy, to be stressed out, to be scared. What if it doesn't work? I know how the phone feels like it's going to weigh 300 pounds and you don't want to pick it up. I know what it's like to feel like others are passing me by. feeling stuck? How about feeling excited and almost depressed at the same time? Anybody feel like that here today? Jealous of the people that are succeeding? Wanting to learn the top earner secrets? Wishing the top earners would just notice me? When I got a chance to get around Eric Worre 19 years ago, I just wanted him to know who I was. I wanted to earn his time. So I was questioning, is it just me? And you're probably going to feel that, especially for the new folks, quite frequently. And so what I want to ask you guys is, have these feelings paralyzed you as well? Because it paralyzes you, and you have to figure out, you have to raise your awareness and know what you're going to do to break out of that. We're going to help you guys get unstuck here today. After 3.5 years in my first network marketing venture, I built a team of 320 people. 3.5 years, 320 people. My biggest month was $1,100. That's why my brother, my parents, and my close friends all told me I was an idiot, a moron. Why are you wasting your time in that little rinky-dink home-based business? Most of my team gave up. I felt like quitting daily. Matter of fact, I quit my business hundreds of times. Now, the key is I got back started again right after. When I learned the things I'm going to share with you all today, my business took off like a rocket. I went from struggling to being the #1 recruiter in my entire company the next year. Then I taught these things to my team, and we exploded their businesses to over 400,000 people since then. And that's 400,000 reps, over 2 million customers. And like Curtis said, I personally brought almost 1,500 people into the business myself. And I believe that leaders need to lead by example. You heard some of the great legends in the industry here, over the last day and a half talk about you've got to lead. Jeff Roberti said, watch their feet, not their lips. I'd rather watch a leader than to listen to one any day. So here are a few of the secrets that we're going to share with you all here today. The first one is stop recruiting, start solving. Stop selling, start solving. Nobody wants to be sold by you or by anybody. Nobody wants to be recruited into something. But if you can learn how to ask good questions and listen, people will tell you what their hot buttons are. They'll tell you the problems that they're experiencing in their life, a lack of time, a lack of money, no time with their kids, feeling unchallenged, whatever the case might be. They will share with you what you can simply repeat back to them as your business being the answer to the problems that they would like to find a solution to. And what I would encourage you guys to do is always remember that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for that very reason. The best recruiters are the best listeners. The people that are having a hard time recruiting, they're vomiting their pitch, their spiel all over everybody, and people are going backwards. I don't have time to get into the whole analogy, but I'll just simply say it's hunting rather than fishing. If you're a hunter, if you're going after people, they're going to be running away from you. If you're a fisherman, you throw the lure out and you reel it back in slowly, seeing if they'll bite. What you also want to be able to do is learn the art of being like a Picasso, because our job as recruiters, sponsors, mentors, leaders, is to help people see a new vision for their life. Their life as it exists right now has some problems in it. We're going to show them solutions and help them to see that the juice will be worth the squeeze. That yes, Jim Rohn always said, you work hard all day at your job to earn a living, but you should be working spare time, nights or weekends, building your fortune. They have the hard-working job already. It's going to be daunting for them to consider, I've got to add something else in my life. But we've got to be really good at painting the picture. Yes, you do need to add that extra in, and it will be worth it, and we've got to explain to them how that's going to look. Let me share with you all a few of the right words. Now, this can go either way. Some people say, I don't believe in scripts. I don't think people should ever be scripted because you don't want to be sounding scripted. But here's something I've figured out all over the years is that a majority of people don't have the gift of gab. They don't have that natural charisma to go out there and talk to people and strike up the conversations and guide those conversations. And the challenge is that if a majority of people on your team, look, the gateway to this business is prospecting. I read a great book by Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams Real Estate. It's called The One Thing. Great book. He says you got to find what is the one thing in network marketing that is the most important thing that you should focus on that's going to lead to the results. I asked about a dozen of my leaders that same exact question, and all dozen of them said the same thing I was thinking, which is what? Prospecting. If you don't have prospects, you don't have presentations, you don't have anybody getting closed, your business doesn't grow. So I feel like if we can empower every single person on the team, the brand new person that's so scared of what in the world they're going to say to their friends, family, neighbors, relatives, if we can give them a script and say, look, don't say it necessarily word for word, but here's a guideline. Let's get you empowered so now you know what to go out there and start with. So I'm going to encourage you all to take your phones out because I'm going to read these and move. You're not going to have time to write them down because I've got 82 slides in 20 minutes. Here are some opening lines on what you can say to talk to a prospect to start the conversation. Hey, and I've used this one for many years. If the money was right, and if it wouldn't interfere with your already busy time schedule, would you be open to look at a huge opportunity? It's just a simple concept. Make the words your own. You can swap in a word or two or whatever, but again, it's repetition. You're going to get good at it, and you want to be able to teach something simple to your team. Here's another one. I don't waste time on anything unless it's significant. Someone I respect just told me about a business. You've got to see this. Are you by your computer? And then you just fire them off a link so they can watch a video, whatever the case might be. Again, you're just starting the conversations. Let's give you another one. I'm excited about starting a business on the side because I need to. And at that point, that's where you're going to insert your why. If you're a mom, you want to be, or dad, you want to be home with your kids, or maybe you got your job is kind of a road going nowhere. Whatever, you put your why in, and then you say, because I respect your knowledge or your opinion, would you look at it and give me your opinion on it? That's the indirect approach. But again, it's just a conversation starter. There's just a few, okay? Let's talk about what you do when you get a no. Because a no does not mean no never. It means no not now. You have not given me enough information or got me convinced of the value of why I need to pursue something else. So again, when you get a no, you're just amateurs convinced professionals sort. So you're sorting through people, looking for the people that are interested. But be sure to ask for referrals because a no is not a dead end. A no basically is you go to the right or to the left where they can lead you to somebody they know that might be interested. So here's something you might be able to say to a no. Great, you have no interest in what we're doing right now, but who do you know who would be interested in making more money right away? Again, that's how you shift it from focusing on them to focusing on somebody they can lead you to. Now, how do you maintain an attractive attitude through the no's? For me to recruit 10 people every single month myself for 10 consecutive years, I can tell you I probably have prospected more people than most people that are here today. And it's just all a game of numbers. I'm just a little bit better than some people, and some people are probably a little bit better than me. But I can assure you I've gone through a lot of no's to find those yeses. How do you do it to be able to actually get to the yeses without losing your enthusiasm? Let me share with you guys how this works. I'm going to ask you guys to play along, okay? You guys are my prospects, and you're just going to tell me no. This is how this works. If I can show you a way to make a lot of money in our business, would you be interested in checking it out? Would you be interested in checking out our business if you can make a lot of money in it? Would you want to take a look at our business if you can make some good money with it? Would you want to check out a business and make some possible extra money? Would you have some interest in making some money? You don't have any interest in making any money, do you? Over here, you're excited and you're expecting that you're going to get some good results. But every time you get a no, you're like, hey, you interested in making some money? You maybe make some money? You're interested in making some money? You don't have any interest in making any money, do you? The problem is, Jordan Adler, my next prospect, he was going to say yes and be a top a top producer on my team. But the no's knocked me out. I could not get to the yes because I did not think properly about how this whole thing works. So check this out. If you have to go through 10 no's or 10 people to get one person to say yes, and let's say when I got to Jordan, and let's say in that particular pay plan, you got a $100 payday when you sign that person up. If you go 10 people to get one yes, and you got $100, you're basically earning $100 every time you get an answer, whether it's a yes or a no. It doesn't matter. The yes will come. You will get the paycheck. So that simply means that every time that you got a no, you're still earning $10. It's a whole different game. So now what do you say? Well, you simply say, hey, great, thanks for hearing me out. I just earned $10 from you saying no to me, thanks. And by the way, if you actually do that, they're gonna say, well, hold up a second. I can make a fortune in your business. I get people saying no to me all the time. But more importantly, it lets you get to the next person with the proper attitude. Talk about the art of promotion. This is a problem I see a lot of people dealing with. There's a difference between announcing and promoting. I see people in my own company. I'll get an email from somebody who's running one of the local events in our marketplace, a Super Saturday event. And it'll show the date, the time, the speaker, the cost, and so forth. That's an announcement. When I read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not really inclined to go because I don't understand what's in it for me. It didn't explain why I should go. It just said, here are the details of the event. So what we need to do is learn how to be better promoters. I mean, Eric and Marina are great promoters. Why? They're showing you why. They're having other people tell you why you need to attend the next event. And it's never happened before, and it's never going to happen again. For example, let's say you're still like me, you're an old school guy, okay? And you still do hotel meetings. And let's say you've got a Tuesday night meeting. Here's the challenge. If you tell your prospect, hey, we've got meetings on Tuesdays, can you come out on Tuesday? Well, if you say Tuesdays, they hear the yes, and they're already thinking, I can't make it. I'll make a future one. The event's never happened before. It'll never happen again. You got to use fear of loss and only give them another option when they say, no chance, I can't make it on Tuesday. You also want to use their WIFM. Everybody is tuned into their own favorite radio station, WIIFM, which stands for What's in It for Me. Most of you all, your song you're playing is what's in your interest, why you're doing the business. And you're not talking to them in terms of what they are interested in. So when you're doing your invitation to ask somebody to watch a video, come to an event, meet you at Starbucks, tune into the station that they're listening to, because if you talk about in terms of what they're going to get from the experience with you, they'll turn you up. And if it's all about you, they'll turn you off. Here's a quick 8 ways, and I don't have much time to go through them all, but I'm just going to at least share with you the list. People say, well, Brian, where do you get all the prospects from to recruit all those people? You start off with your warm market. Warm market is the baseline for what we do in this business, warm market. The only reason why we do cold market is to get into those people's warm market. I want to get to their list. Art Williams became a billionaire. And all he ever taught his team and his company is you recruit someone and then you have that person take you in their car to their best friend's house and you sit at their kitchen table and you show them the business. It works very well. Warm market. Number 2, Taproot. Every person that you recruit, don't recruit to someone, recruit through them. If I go recruit Richard, I'm not just trying to get one guy. I want to actually, he's got a list of 100 people that he knows that I don't, that he can introduce me to, and we can go together and recruit his contacts. So taproot through your people that you're bringing aboard. You want to follow your money. Anybody you spend, any business you spend money with, they owe you at least the 10 or 15 minutes to show you, for you to show them what you do. You can use social media. I heard a lot about that this weekend. Networking groups. We also, use the 3-foot rule. Any stranger that you come across at the gas pump, at the bank, whatever the case is, buying leads. I've bought leads for years for people that have answered an ad online for looking for a home-based business. That's for some people. It's for not. I got these little displays for my little booklet I put out, and people will read it and call. But those are just some ways that you can find prospects. And again, if you show your team where they're going to find the prospects and you empower them with the words so that they're not stuck on, so they're not stuck on anxiety and fear, you're going to have a great time with it. Some of you all probably wondered why this microwave is out here. I want to close by sharing with you all something that I think everybody here needs to raise their awareness in a big way. How many of you, by a show of hands, your business is not where you wanted it to be by December 2016 right now? January, you thought you'd be further along than you are today. Here's the question. From today backwards, how consistent have you been really building your business? Like doing income-producing activity, talking to at least 2 prospects a day, every single day, just 2 a day, every day. From today backwards, how many days have you been consistently building your business? 2 a day. Raise your hand if you've done at least 5 for the last 5 days. Or that's a problem already. Nobody's raising their hand on that one. Here's what it's like. You guys like eating popcorn? Yes or no? Popcorn? Anybody? This is what you're doing with your business. Popcorn doesn't work. You can do that literally for the next 3 years. You will never eat popcorn. You guys have been herky-jerky on, off in your business. You can't build the business for 3 weeks hard and then go take a couple weeks off and come back and work for a month, then go take a couple weeks off, come back for a month. That's why it's a momentum-based business. So if you want to eat this popcorn, it's going to be like this for years. This popcorn needs 2 minutes of consistent heat. Your business needs literal consistency. Consistency is the #1 thing that your business needs. Many of you guys have been depriving your business of it, and hopefully you all will put in your notes with a circle around it from my talk today, I am going to get my business much more consistent every single day, and I want to ask you guys, are you ready to go build your empire? Are you ready to go build your empire? See you over the top. Thank you.